Hello, guys. How are you doing? My name is Winfred. Welcome to this Friday night. I'm glad that you've tuned in. I'm hoping you're all doing well and have had a pleasant week. Today, the topic of discussion is the psychology of money and the secret of wealth. You know, in this channel, we talk about different things. Sometimes we talk about relationships, sometimes it's investments, children, parenting, and anything in between except politics, because I'm not there and I need to acknowledge where I'm good at and where I'm not. So one thing that I could talk about is money. And I'll tell you this. Have you ever seen two people? Why is it that two people can earn the same amount of money, but one builds wealth and the other stays broke? An example, you're all earning 1 million, yeah? And at the end of the day, one has been able to save some of that money and create some kind of wealth, while the other one is constantly on the broke side. If that is the question that you've ever asked yourself, if money is something that you need to, understand, why do things happen the way they do, go ahead and tune in. Tell a friend. And if you're not subscribed, at the end of the video, if you feel blessed, go ahead, hit that subscription button, and you'll be able to access all the other videos that we have done in the past. Otherwise, if that has been the question, that you're all earning the same, but then one builds wealth and the other is always constantly broke, this is the right topic for you to listen in or tune in. So grab a bite and share the link with someone, and together let us learn more about money, the psychology of money and the secret of wealth. Why do some people, I made some few notes so that we don't deviate and stick to the time that is allocated to the video. Why do some people win financially while others struggle? Their entire lives, they just struggle. Even when they work just as hard. That is a question I've tried to find out and dig more about. Because there are some people who say, we are tired of hearing people who tell us you don't work hard enough or you're not working hard enough. Because surely they do work hard. They wake up early and they're always working 7 to 8 or 7 days a week. But money is not growing or adding up. So if that is somewhere you're at, or if that's a question that you've ever wondered about, I hope today we can get some few pointers and be able to correct that. Today we are not just talking about hustle, we are talking about luck. Sorry, we are not talking about hustle, we are not talking about luck, we are talking about something deeper, the psychology of money. Because the truth is, money is not just about numbers. We need to know that. It's not just about numbers. It's about behavior, it's about a mindset, it's about emotions. The reason why I categorized it that way, you're going to see that some people have their emotions attached to their money. They spend, depending on the mood that they are in, their mindset, the things they know about or think about money is what drives them to spend it or save it. And then you're going to see that people's behavior also affects. It's not just about numbers. Now, if you don't understand that you can make millions and still lose everything, let's get into it and we'll find out together. The first part that I called money is emotional. I know some people would be like, what do you mean money is emotional? Money is emotional. Here's the first truth most people don't realize. Money decisions are almost all the time emotional, not logical. Yeah, I feel good, so I spend. Let me give you an example that will get this home, and excuse me about that. Someone can get paid today, yeah, and immediately they feel good. And because they feel good, guess what they do? They spend. Most of the time on the 28th, around the 27th, for those of you get paid around that time, when money comes in, people are excited. And so they go and spend. Drinks are on me, it's on me. They spend basing on how they feel, because they feel good, so they spend. I know of someone who would be really so happy just seeing people fill up his house, and he would buy pork because he's in a good mood. He would buy drinks, and it would be all good and merry. And people had learned that and kept on coming to his place round about the time he gets paid, simply because they knew when he's getting paid, he's in a good mood and he spends. So, like I said, money is emotional. Some people, because they feel good, they buy new clothes. They order expensive food. Like I gave an example of my friend upgrading phones. Not that anything was wrong with the old phone, but it's because they feel good. And so they spend. The emotions are kicking in and they spend. They have the money and they see the phone and they want it, and so they get it. They just didn't need it, but they wanted it, and so they got it because they had the money to buy it. That's not logic. We need to understand it's not logic. That's emotions. People are buying not because they've thought things through, but they are buying because, they feel a certain way. I'm happy. Let's just go somewhere. Let's go out because I'm happy. So you spend. When you go out, you spend money. And that is emotion. Now listen carefully. Rich people feel emotions too. I don't want you to think those who are rich don't feel emotions, because they do. And trust me, they spend. But they don't let emotions control their money. Have you seen rich people, guys? Some of them, you come to them on a weekday and they're like, I only give out money on Friday. If it's not Friday, don't bother coming. Even when they hit the jackpot on Monday, they wait until Friday because they have discipline. Unlike the people who are poor but have money. You can have money and still be poor. I taught my children, there's this game we have had in the house for so long. It's called Monopoly. And I always beat them. And I don't understand why I do that and how I do it. But then I started giving them pointers as they got older, showing them that you may have the money, but if you don't have assets, you're equally as poor. You don't have what it takes to be spending. So one of my kids loves keep having her cash. She counts it and is like, now I have this much. Yeah, I have this much. Not knowing that a person who has property is waiting to collect all that you have gathered. And at the end of the day, they will be richer than you are. Why? Because they have understood the principles of life, that assets are more important than money. Because in that game of Monopoly, if you come and lodge into my area, if I have a house, you would pay. But if I own 3 properties, you pay double. You shake the dice and pay double what figure comes on the dice. But if I have a hotel on there, even when it's the cheapest of properties, if I happen to get all the land properties, the land titles for that game of that particular land, then I can build hotels. And even if it's in the cheapest of places, if you don't have a hotel, I would take all your money and win you. All I need is just to get one property that I own the whole street. So that goes to show you guys that you can have money and still be poor. So when you hear me saying you have money but you're poor, that is just basically what I'm trying to say. Instead of asking, what do I feel like buying? This is the rich people. They ask things like, well, what will this money do for me? Tomorrow. That is how they look at things. That's a shift, yeah? That one shift changes everything. Because while you have money and you're like, what can I do? Or you feel good and you're like, how can I? For them, when they have emotions into their money, they are thinking, what can I do to make for me more money for tomorrow? See the difference? You're thinking of spending it today, building emotions, building memories, while the other one is building assets and properties. Oh my goodness, the opposite. I hope someone is tapping really good, because once this clicks, we stop being more of spenders and we become more of savers and investors, even of the little that we have. I keep on giving an example of this person that I had given me her money to keep, and I was keeping it as she was earning. And she would sometimes give me 5,000. I come from Uganda. Those of you who don't know where I come from Uganda. So 5,000, one of those notes that we have. And it's not so big. But however small it was, it grew. And I could see it mounting up to 3 million. And I'm like, goodness, saving is really good because you can save small consistently, and that small can grow up into something really big that you would not believe what you have done with, or what you're going to do, or how big it has grown. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is part 2, the background. The background shapes your money habits. Let's go deeper with this one and stay with me. The way you see money today, was programmed into you long time ago. The way you see money was programmed into you long time ago. This is what I'm trying to drive at. If you grow up hearing money is hard to get, that is programming your brain. If you grow up hearing rich people are greedy, that is something that is being programmed in your brain to make you think a certain way about money and rich people. And we can't afford that. If you grow up all the time, all you can hear is we can't afford that. It is grooming you into something. It's programming your brain to see money a certain way. How? I will explain this later. Guess what? You grow up, and if this is what you've been hearing, believing wealth is not for you, you know when they say it's not, we can't afford it, rich people are greedy. So even when you start earning, you subsequently sabotage yourself. You just do that. Let me point the picture so that you understand it very well. You finally save some money, maybe 2 million shillings. And then suddenly you feel uncomfortable holding that amount, So what do? You find a reason to spend it, because it's not in you to have that much money possessed by you. So you have seen people who are uncomfortable. They don't settle until the little that they have is all spent, or however much it is all gone. And there are people who are just like that, and they are just uneasy around money. They don't know how to have money and not let the whole world know. You can have like about 20 million there, but you feel like, how can I have that much all to myself? I've got to spend it. Or you feel like the world has got to know. Then you start looking at people a certain way, treating people a certain way simply because you have money. It is all groomed while you're growing up. You start spending it, not because you need to, but because your mind says, this is not who we are. You are not used to having money because rich people are greedy. Rich people, you have things like, we can't afford this. How can it be us with this much? And so you just spend. And that's powerful, guys, because your income can grow. You started off earning 100,000 and it goes to 150. But because your mindset doesn't change, you will always return to the same zone or comfort zone that you're used to. Your mindset has not changed. You're used to earning very little. Even when it increases, you always find yourself back at zero until the mindset has been transformed. The way you look at money, the way you think of it. Some people are just uneasy around money. And once they have it, they've got to spend all of it to the last coin before they do something else. Now, part 3 is the secret of wealth. Delayed gratification. That is the secret of wealth. Delayed gratification. This is what I mean. Let me give you one of the biggest secrets of wealth. Simple but easy. Now, I realize something, that we can all make it and become something if we just purpose to change our mindset. We all can. It is not only those who are born into wealth, but all of us. It starts with even being comfortable with the little that you have. I earn 100,000 a week, or I earn 100,000 a month. I let that sink, and then get myself a place that leaves enough room for me to save off that much. But you live in a house of 350,000. Your income is 150,000. Surely the balance is not, the scale is not working right. You're spending more than you're earning. Definitely you're going to be working for others from hand to mouth for the rest of your life. We just have to acknowledge where we are at, what is it that we have, and then work with that. I've learned to live within my means. I don't stress it. If I cannot afford it, I stay away from it. That way I stick to my goals and plans. We can purpose that, we sit down with my husband, we're like, this month we are going to do this and this. So unless we have extra income coming in to sort others, we stick to that. And that is how we can be able to manage. Otherwise, you can't. Life can throw at you all kinds of things. I mean, there's the latest phones, there's the latest cars, there's the latest this. You cannot have everything. And once that is, a reality for you, you settle. I'm not saying settle in life for less. No, but you make good with what you have and hope to get better. You strive to get better or rise to a higher ground. Now, the secret, like I said, the biggest secret to wealth is simple but not easy. It is simple but it's not easy. That is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification, this is what I mean. The ability to say no today, and so you can say yes tomorrow. Today, I would want to go and eat out, but I cannot afford it. But people are doing that on TikTok. They are going out all the time. And I want to go out, but I can't afford it. Now, you cannot live your life basing on other people's lives. You have to do life as you. And the moment you're ready to do that, you're not ready to go as a bandwagon, as a group, and do life, say no to today, but again, prepare yourself to say yes tomorrow, because tomorrow is better. When you can afford it, you can go. When you can be able to spend and still not, anything that I am able to do more than once is something I can afford. But anything I'm doing only for today is something I'm really stretching to get, so that's how I see it. So most people want to look rich now. I want to go, like now I'm having my reunion coming up with my Obis and Oggies. And if I am to go there, I could go looking really rich and you'd think I hit the jackpot. But that is for the people that I'm going to see. But again, you could go looking where you're at right now so that you aim to go tomorrow to that dream loop that you want to go with. So the ability to say no today and say yes tomorrow is very key, guys. Another one is nice phones, expensive lifestyles, keeping up with the friends. When you want to be like everyone else, they went on the cruise, they've just come back from holiday somewhere, or they like my kids tend to tell me these things. Mommy, our friends, they go on holiday. And I'm thinking, do they really? Do they? Because it's so easy to tell your friends, especially when you're a teenager or you're young. Or for us, there's a time one of my kids came to school and the classmates, one of them said that over the weekend he went to America to the MTV Awards and then came back on Monday for class. And only their age can believe that, because America is not a 12-hour flight. It's more than that. So if you left on Friday after school, because he was at school on Friday, but came back on Monday, and he said over the weekend he went for those awards and came back. I was like, look at this one now. Now we can live for our friends where we want to impress. Even if that was so, can you afford it? Can you keep up? Or are you doing it today and tomorrow you're on the scraping side? But this is what I'll tell you about wealthy people. They play a different song all together. They ask, if I invest this money today, what will it become in 5 years? That is the talk that rich people think. They are always thinking, even if they are to give you something, they are like, if I give you this money and you start a business, how much can I get every week from you? I mean, I've helped you start up a business, but how much can you give me? They don't just give it out, And if they are going to put money into something, they're like, if I put this in today, how much will it have grown up to in 5 years? They are looking up to the future. Let me give you a real life example. Two friends, one if two friends, one gets 1,000,000 shillings, the number two, they all get to 1 million. But the friend number one spends all the million on lifestyle. Friend number two invests it into a small business or savings. Let's just give that example. Yeah, that scenario, yeah? Paint it that way. Fast forward 5 years after that, one has memories. The one who invested in lifestyle, in spending, in eating out. It's not bad to eat out, but if the number one friend who invested, has assets. So at the end of the 5 years, these are the things that each have. Friend number one has memories because they remember how they used to eat chikala. Chikala in Uganda is this big platter where you can have chapati on there, you can have avocado, you can have rice, chicken, whatever, and just sit and eat. One of them had memories and the other one had assets to show after 5 years. So wealth is built in silence, not showing off. We need to know that. So those people you see on social media who are showing off, going on boat cruises and going to eat out, doing nothing, and yet they are spending. Wealth is not built in showing off. It's built in silence. We need to know that. And while people are building their wealth, you will never see them saying, okay, come and see what I've done. Try and do that, guys. Build your wealth in silence and the world will be surprised. If I save my 5,000 every day, you would never know I'm saving 5,000. But when I'm buying that piece of land, then you'd be like, and how did she afford it? How much is she earning? That's when how much I'm earning comes into play. Yet I've earned the same, probably less than you, but I've been saving, planning ahead. I hope this resonates to someone today. Part 4 is the danger of compassion. Don't get me wrong, compassion is good, but this is what I termed as the danger of compassion. Another trap that keeps people broke is comparison. It's comparison, not compassion. Social media has made it worse. You see someone traveling and someone living in a soft life. Like this lady who passed, she was always on the plane, always at the hotels, first-class hotels, holding, these expensive bags, changing her hair all the time, buying clothes. But she's not here anymore. But let's not drift away. You see someone traveling and someone living a soft life and suddenly you feel behind. You feel left behind. Like, how come? What happened to me? How come I cannot buy that? How come I cannot live like that? They don't look like they're the best looking people, but how come they're living better than me? You feel like you're left behind. So what do? You try to catch up. And that's where the danger will come in. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. You are comparing your real life to someone else's highlighted reels. I will call them highlighted reels because I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing TikTok. They are highlighted reels. And sometimes you are copying people who are exactly in debt. In that, they are in debt, but they are not showing you. There's been so many people who have been on social media that later on were exposed to have been in debt. But before that, they were living the life. So let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in. The danger of comparison is really a danger. Not everyone who looks rich is wealthy. I could really clean up and doll myself up and you think, oh my goodness, she must be, loaded somehow. But wealth is different. You cannot wear your money. If the whites say, the Europeans say, if you can see you wear your wealth, then you're not. If you can wear your money, you are not rich. Yeah. Real wealth is quiet. We need to realize that so we stop being show-offs. Real wealth is quiet. It has no pressure, no competition, just growth. You get to hear that one has shares, those are their apartments, that is their hotel, those are, their investments. But rich people, poor people, You just see them going to restaurant and eating expensive food, and that is as far as it goes. So part 5 is building a wealth mindset. That is what I called it. So how do you start thinking like someone who builds wealth is what we are going to handle in this segment. Here are 3 simple shifts. Yeah. Number 1, start seeing money as a tool, something you can use to open doors that had been closed before you. If you look at it that way, life will be different. Not a reward. You need to look at money not as a reward, because when you look at it as a reward, you have to go and, reward yourself with what you just got. But if you look at it as a tool, you use it to open doors that had ideally before been closed before you. Don't just spend because you earned. It is wrong. And that's something we all do. We spend because it came in. Make your money work for you. That is something I'm telling anyone that I'm getting in touch with. Make your money work for you. We don't have to all go out there and hustle and tussle. You can make your money work for you, where you get it and put it in treasury bills, or treasury bonds or bills or trust unit trusts. You can put it where it multiplies and graduate every single time you're earning. There's something that I saw with these bonds. If you bought bonds every month, you would earn every month, depending on how much you're putting in there. Now, the thing is, we don't want to put in, but we want to take out. That's very deadly, and it keeps us in the same place. Number 2, focus on habits, not big wins. Saving small amounts consistently will always bring random big spending. I hope someone is hearing that one. I'll say it again. Saving small amounts. Say like my earning is not that big. I have about 100,000. I could choose to save just 20. Or I choose to save 10,000. Whichever your scale is, but stay consistent. Consistency will always bring random spending. Will always beat random spending. Because if I save consistently and I'm not spending randomly, trust me, it will always beat the random spending, the results that I'll have at the end of the day. Number 3 is think long term. Every decision you make today will you have to ask yourself, will this help me or hurt me in the future? Always ask yourself, will this help me or hurt me in the future? So if it will help you, then you're like, okay, let me then go get on board. But if it won't, then stay away. Let me leave you with this. Wealth is not about how much you make. It's not. Because some people wake up and work so hard, but their money never grows. It's about how you think. It's about how you think. 2 people can have the same opportunities, but their mindset would decide their future. I remember, just before I conclude, I'll give you an example. I dealt in a jewelry business before with one of my sisters, and we were really doing well. And at the end of the day, every day we would pay ourselves 20,000, 25,000. So I would get my 25,000 and save 20 and use the 5. And my sister would get, this is many years back, and my sister would get her 20,000. She doesn't know how to live, sacrificingly. So she would get it and order food. Sometimes she would order luombo or, eat outs. They are not normally cheap, they are expensive. So she would order out and eat. And sometimes the food she orders, she doesn't even finish it, because most of the time actually. So I would wait and be like, I'll eat whatever. She's like, you're not ordering. I'm like, no, I'll eat whatever you're left with. And I would eat, because I knew she couldn't finish it. And then I would eat whatever and then use my money. Them days we were trying to build a perimeter wall around some place. And every time I would save my 20,000, use the 5 to do something, maybe buy me juice or water, and use the 20,000. By then, a bag of cement was about 18,000. So I would purpose that my 20,000 would get me a bag of cement every day. And so every day I would purpose to buy it, pay for it, bring it, and keep it. And before I knew it, I had a full store of cement. And that is where I started off building the perimeter wall. The cement was sorted. Once I saw the cement bags were enough, we started. I got someone and they started building. See, and for her, all she had was the food she was eating, the places she has eaten in, memories. I had an asset waiting for me. Now, do you really want to change your financial life? Don't just chase money. Don't chase money. Change your relationship with money. We need to change it, because once your mind changes, everything else will follow. That's my take from this, or my nuggets for this. If this spoke to you, make sure you share, you like, you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm glad that you have tuned in. Otherwise, until next time, bye guys, and take care.